Good evening, Rockets fans. Today we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about this great win that we had versus the Spurs. We got a side note, and then we're going to get into what's going to be happening in the next game. But let's get right into it. We are on a 2-game winning streak. It has seemed like forever that we have gone on a streak in a positive aspect. I'm loving every second of it. We're starting to look like us again. I said that again previously, but this was one of the better games that we had. I challenged the guys, man, to make this not a game before halftime, like by halftime approached, that we not in the same stratosphere with this team. They didn't have Wembanyama. They had no rim protector, and y'all delivered on that promise. So I'm excited, and hopefully we can build off of this. We are a great team, man, when we focus, when we want to be, and when we have a goal that we aspire to accomplish. It should not be like the minimum that we should be settling for is the 6th seed at this point. It's still our goal this year, but as you can see, we have showcased that we have a lot more talent. We got a lot more in the chamber, a lot more in the tank than a 6 seed. We're aiming too low. So the goal will change next year. I want us to dip our foot when it comes to the playoffs. I want us to dip our toe into the playoff pool. Let's get the highest seed that we can possibly get. There's no reason why we can't get that 2 seed. But I don't want to change the goal as of yet, because we have very high ups and then we just have super low floors, and we gotta be consistent. Something that Ime Udoka was preaching. Sometimes that's why Cam Whitmore, shout out to him. It may not be positive, but I'm using him for an example. Sometimes why he doesn't get consistent minutes is because he's not as consistent on the floor and the production that he brings to the team. Cam Whitmore is what we are as a team for right now. We're not consistent. We play good, and when we are playing good, we look excellent. But when we're playing bad, man, So this was one of our better games. I'm glad that we were able to learn off of it. I'm glad that we were able to bounce back from that Bucks game. I want to talk about the first quarter. I challenged Jabari because he has problems with creating for himself off the dribble. Maybe it'd be a fast break opportunity that he needs to improve on, but he definitely came out with a fire, as you're going to see here. Great shot selection. I love the fact that he took it personally and used it in a positive way in order to affect the team positively. I'm overusing the word positive, but y'all get the gist. This dude is playing great, and I love him on the team. Will not stop saying that. He brings so much more, but there's always things that he can improve on. Amazing first quarter by the Rockets. We set the tone. Like I said, I challenged the Rockets in my last video that we were going to try to blow this team out in the Spurs before halftime, and mission accomplished. Good job. Excellent first half. We delivered. We delivered on the promise. Player of the game is Amen Thompson. As you're going to see here, man, this guy has amazing potential and a lot of talent. And whenever he's able to put it all together, man, it's going to be scary. And you see flashes from this guy, man, and he's going to be an all-star very soon. My guy Jalen Green is probably next up, but our team, we run deep. We got a lot of different players that bring a lot to the table. I wouldn't say it's depth. It's we have a deep rotation, and each player on the team brings something different to the team. And I'm loving the sprinkle of veteran leadership that we have on the team. Jeff Green, Steven Adams, Fred VanVleet, and also Dylan Brooks. Shout out to Dylan Brooks. As we're talking about the player of the game, got Dylan Brooks, 19 points, 62% from the three. This dude is a monster, man. This dude is a monster. Whenever it seems that we need a statement game, this guy is and you wouldn't think that he would be that, but at every turn, every opportunity, Dylan Brooks shows you, I belong here. I deserve that money that I got. And yeah, man. Yeah. I love his game. I love his game, man. I love his game. But back to Amen Thompson and the player of the game. 25 points, plus or minus 26. Plus or minus is a positive 26. And then he had, this is a scary stat, 80% from the field. Everything was going in for this guy, man. And he was taking the right shots. Too. And building off of the foundational blocks that he's already set. And it's not just the floater, which he's so great at, by the way, but he's adding that 18-footer on the side. Now he's adding the playmaking abilities I saw a wicked pass, although not going to show it here because it wasn't an assist, but his playmaking ability is underrated. He's doing a great job. Our next game is against the Kings. They had our number when they had Foxy, man. De'Aaron Fox, that is, number 4. Shout out to him, man. He wearing that number. He said he's doing it for his wife, and I'm loving that, man. Loving that. De'Aaron Fox, Katie's finest, Houston's own. Love De'Aaron Fox. Love to see him back here in Texas. I'm support him, man. I love De'Aaron Fox, man. None of y'all can tell me about De'Aaron Fox. But now that he is not on the Kings, these guys had our number, and we got to send a message that era is over with. DeMar DeRozan, you're going to have a bad game this next game. If I'm Ime Udoka, I'm keying in on DeMar DeRozan, and he's going to have a tough outing. It's in Houston, number 1. Number 2, we already know that this guy DeMar DeRozan gets up for us, apparently. I don't know what it is. He got it out for us. Love DeMar DeRozan. It's all love. But we got to take him out of the game, man. It got to be a tough outing for him. And we have to send a message that era where you used to kick our butts and you just seem to have our number, it's over with. Without Fox, it's over with. Finito. Let's send the message, Rockets. Finally, I want to talk about a special side note. This segment, I always go all over the plane, all over the stratosphere when it comes to our side notes. We talk about basketball, we talk about sports, we talk about all of this stuff. So the side notes, very special to me because they talk about current events. What's current now, something that I want to touch on is Cameron and his various beefs. He got a beef with Jim Jones. He got a beef with Ocho. Let me say this. I love Cam. I love what he's doing with It Is What It Is. I hope that they make billions and trillions of dollars. Jim Jones got a new album out. Love Jim Jones. I hope he's making millions, billions, trillions of dollars. Ocho got his thing going with Shannon Sharp with the Nightcap podcast. I love that show. I watch it. I try to watch it every single time, every chance I get. I hope that they make millions, billions, trillions of dollars. But I will say this, which is fruit for thought. I want to give a quote. I'm making this up, all right? So I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I think that this quote that I'm making up is something that could hit home. The more enemies that you create, the longer you have to look over your shoulder. And you may not care about having to look over your shoulder. I got so and so that's surrounding me, protecting me, talking to Cam, that is. I got so and so people that's protecting me. I got people, I'm moved away from drama and the situations. But no matter how much money you may have, right? And I know, you're ready to flaunt the money, man. Like I said, I want to see you win. And I want to see all the guys that I said before, I want to see them win. But peace of mind is priceless, man. You want to limit the amount of beefs that you have, because it ain't making you money. Although it seemed that you have found a way to monetize all of this, but man, we wanna live hundreds of years, man, and the goal is to not having to be looking over your shoulder. The goal is not to be sharing a room with these guys, because whether you know it or not, you link to these guys, especially Jim Jones, and you don't want to share the room with them and have to double check. Hey, I'm not calling anybody coward, nobody scared. But what I'm saying is you can avoid all of this stuff, man. This nobody died, nobody really hurt anybody's feelings, nobody stopping you from making money, bro. This stuff is silly. So what would be real cool, man, is to y'all have this, all that rah-rah that y'all are doing on y'all's various podcasts, on y'all's platforms. Y'all have all this rah-rah that goes on, and y'all give the fans all that they seeing with this. And then y'all go viral weeks later after all of this stuff has died down, and everybody thinks that animosity is still in there with y'all, and y'all go viral. Y'all going out to a dinner somewhere, and y'all chopping it up one-on-one, and y'all able to squash that. That would be cool, man. I love this. I'm a huge fan of the Diplomats. I'm a huge fan of Cam, huge fan of Jim Jones, and my guy Ocho, man. I love him. But I'd love to see y'all go viral for the right reasons instead of this meaningless drama, man. We stronger together. We stronger together. But again, I'm going to say this quote again, man. The more enemies you create, the longer you have to look over your shoulder. Peace, y'all. I'm famous. Ooh, I'm famous.